Top 10 most absurd scenes from Extreme Cheapskates. When the bride asks you to bring your own bottle and food. When weddings are usually one of the happiest moments of the bride and groom's life, with an Extreme Cheapskate, everything is made into a nightmare. Shelly Watson, a self-proclaimed cheapest mother of the bride, is persistent in only spending $1,000 on her daughter's wedding. She accomplishes this goal by asking the guests to BYOB, or bring your own food to their wedding. Not only that, but she also uses a high school gym as their wedding gala, borrowed a fake cake as their display cake, baked their own box cake mix for the real cake, got their wedding dress that has rat pee all over it from a pawn shop, and as a cherry on top, she is an ordained minister, so she could officiate her daughter's own wedding, saving her $300. Let me just say, if I were the groom, I would be embarrassed. But then again, rat pee can be appealing to some. Number 9, serving roadkill. Where the streets are your supermarket. Sometimes when you're driving along a highway, you might see a roadkill and feel a little pity for them. How their lives were cut short of their maybe long lives. Now, imagine them being one of your dinner meals. Extreme Cheapskate couple Vicky and John, with their 5 kids, have made the road as their supermarket. After passing up a rotten corpse of a fox, they settled on a better looking rabbit they found down the road. Not forgetting some garnish, they also picked some wild weeds to be cooked with the roadkill. Not being greedy on their findings, they invited a few friends to feast on the roadkill rabbit. Let's just say their friends were more than surprised when they knew it was roadkill. Number 8, eating other people's leftovers. What's better than free food? Other people's free food. When you think eating roadkill was bad, what about eating other people's leftovers? Stephanie Rivers is a flight attendant that takes airline leftovers. Foods that were discarded by the passenger or a pilot are taken to be eaten at her home. These foods range from a panini sandwich to some pasta. She even takes leftover mixed nuts from the first class and puts them into a jar. To be honest, if I were in her house, I wouldn't even dare to open those. Number 7, eating food from a dumpster. Going right to the end. There must not be anything worse than eating other people's unsanitary food, right? If you know Extreme Cheapskates, you know you are going to be proven wrong. Ron Maestri is a frugal foodie and works as a cooking instructor. One of his classes is called Gourmet Meals on a Fast Food Budget. One of the ways he gets his ingredients on a fast food budget is to get his ingredients from a dumpster. Yes, a dumpster. On this particular day, he gets some lobster shells from the dumpster, gets some greens from the sidewalk, gets some tuna from a fish can, makes the lobster and into stock, puts the tuna into the stock, plates it with the greens, and the dish is served with a glass of wine, which he also found from a trash can. Surprisingly enough, his 6 students, even though they were kind of surprised at the origin of the ingredients, quite liked the taste it ended up with. I guess not all cheapskate foods end up horrible, although we still don't recommend anyone to recreate this dish. Number 6, serving other people cat food. Hey, at least the last 3 foods are for people. So from roadkill to leftovers from the dumpster, there must not be anything worse than the dumpster, right? Well, rather than buying human foods intended for humans, a multimillionaire cheapskate by the name of Amy Elizabeth is even too cheap for that. She serves her guests and even her ex-husband that does all the cleaning around the house cat food. Yep, cat food. Yuck. I can't imagine serving the guests cat food. Even though her friends seem disgusted by the fact, her ex-husband doesn't seem to mind the taste of the cat food. That's an easy pass for me. Number 5, drying and reusing paper towels. Just keep on using it. When you wipe your table or wipe your nose with some paper towels, after you're done using it, the first thing that comes to mind is to throw it away, right? But not for Roy Haynes. He just reuses everything from paper towels, paper plates, and even his dental floss, which Roy also got for free from the dentist. He claimed that he saves about $100 a year from paper towels alone. Number 4, making your own moist towelettes. You just dip it into water, right? When an extreme cheapskate needs some moist towelettes, they will always find a way to make it cheaper. Well, that's the case for Apple Malachio, the cheapest mom ever. When she needs moist towelettes or baby wipes for her daughter, she would just soak some paper towels on water and call it a day. Look, I'm no expert, but I don't think that's how you're supposed to make moist towelettes. Number 3, not using toilet paper. Well, it's cheaper than using it, What's cheaper than making or even reusing paper towels? Well, the answer is to not even use paper towels in the first place. Kate Hashimoto doesn't believe in spending money on something that is going to be thrown away. She believes in only using water for rinsing after she pees, and also using soap, water, and paper towels, which she reuses after she poops. Well, the only thing I could add is that she's being very resourceful. Number 2, peeing in a jar. Wait, those aren't apple juice? For an extreme cheapskate, the simple act of going to the toilet can be further optimized to be even cheaper. To save on the water bill, Victoria Hunt pees in a bottle to reduce the number of flushes she needs to do, thus lowering her bill $10. To not waste her bodily fluids, she also composts it, aka pouring it out in her garden. Even when her boyfriend, that she has been dating for a year, moved in as a test run, she asked him to also pee in the bottle. Yikes. I have a feeling that relationship won't last long. Number 1, re-gifting family items you stole. This is the woman that stole and gives it back on Christmas. After all 9 of those cheapskates, you can't assume an extreme cheapskate would even imagine giving other family members presents. And you'll be right. Sarah doesn't believe in giving, so she gives back items she stole from her family. Items that include sunglasses and even her sister's purse. But it wasn't too bad because she did buy some new items from the recycling dump that include an alarm clock and a foot massager. The only thing I could say is that's a unique way to celebrate Christmas.